didn't like it. So, like, would you recommend... I usually like asking this, but, like, how many episodes in do you feel like you start to feel like, okay, this is the show? Because obviously half an episode is not enough, but
the seasons are only a few, like maybe 9 episodes, I think. 9 or 10, maybe. So I think maybe by the 3rd episode, then you really have a feel for, like, what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might need to revisit that, because we both turned it off. I think we just, like, walked away, or just were like, what were we watching?
I think we were watching Boardwalk at the same time, and we're like, oh, it's like the same kind of deal. Like, or you had already seen Boardwalk. I was watching Boardwalk at the same time, Boardwalk Empire. But yeah, I'm down to check that out again.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'll have to really check it out again.
It's just something that you kind of have to pay attention to, because of the dialect is different and stuff.
Yeah, they have thick accents, and just it's set in the 1920s. I guess.
Boardwalk is too. I
didn't explain that. Like that's why I think I was turned off by this, because I was like, oh, I'm watching something similar at the same time.
Personally, I enjoy that very much. Just hearing how they talk and how they dress, and so right away that grabbed my attention, and then I enjoy watching those actors.
Yeah, well, it's been some time since we've watched Boardwalk Empire, so I think that's a long enough gap to kind of give another 1920s crime show a try.
Yeah.
Wesley? I know you gave us your TV rec, but I don't think you did for movie. Your movie.
I'll do a movie that did that won some awards. Cool. The 3 billboards out of Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh, cool!
I got to watch that the other day, and it was definitely amazing. And it was Frances McDermott. She won, right?
Yeah,
definitely deserving of that award for sure. She definitely stands out throughout the whole film. For those of you who maybe haven't seen it, it's pretty simple. It's about this lady kind of mourning her daughter's death after she's murdered. And I guess it's obviously set in a small town, and the cops aren't really doing all that they can. So she pays to have these people put up these signs, kind of calling out the local police station. Like one sign says like, my daughter was raped and murdered, and yet not like there are no answers, no people being questioned, and then she like calls out specific, like the chief of police and stuff. It gets pretty heated, and so obviously the police get upset and offended, and then it turns out that Woody Harrelson's character has cancer. And then, so that becomes like a huge thing, and I can't say much more without killing the movie, but it's really, really good and super intense. And I think if you're in the San Diego area, the Ken's playing it.
Okay.
So go check it out, the Ken Cinema, and support your local art house theater.
Cool.
For sure. And then, does that wrap up this segment? Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to our main focus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Okay, we're back. So we're talking about 1922. It was released in 2017. I would consider this psychological horror or a crime drama. It runs 1 hour and 41 minutes. It's got an 88 on Rotten, starring Thomas Jane, Molly Parker, and Dylan Schmidt. It's set in the backdrop of the 20s. A farmer convinces his son to kill his wife in order to keep his home and acres. What do you guys... Let's open up the floor for questions. What did you guys think of this film? Because we all hadn't seen it before tonight, right? We just screened it a little while ago.
I could start. So I liked it. What is the actor's name? Thomas Jane?
Jane, yes.
The way his like skin looked, like I really believed you were working the farm. Like, just like it was like sunburned and like dirty.
Like the sun had been beating down on him for so long.
And there's certain scenes at the first part of the movie where he is describing this like, you know, built up of hatred towards his wife, who they like bump heads. There's a lot of light coming from the bottom of him that lights up. So I don't think the actor regularly has like an angry looking face, but that makes him look angry. So I thought that was a nice use of like lighting, and also like just his like natural features. And also he didn't look like how he usually does. I know him from like that HBO show Home, where he's like, you know, supposed to be this like, he's not a stud, but he's not ugly, and I didn't think he looked like that. He really looked like grimy, and I was like, ooh, like I really believed it. Like, so I thought that was cool.
I think that's funny that you said that, because like at the beginning of the movie, I thought that made him look like a hardworking, honest guy. But then near the end, he looked just kind of dark and dirty. Like at the end where he goes to his neighbor's house to try and sell him part of his land back. I thought that his dirty and suntan skin like made him look almost evil, like dark, and it kind of was like a different tone to like how he was at that point. So
there's so much like
desperate.
Devil talk that like it makes you think like he's turning into the devil, you know.
Yeah.
What did you think, Emma?
No, I agree. Yeah, the way his look, he had like this frown going on. I think that helped him look like that too. And I feel like he maybe lost some weight for the film too, because his face looks very slim, and the way he talked, like his accent, and the way I think he had like tobacco in his mouth the whole entire time.
Yeah, he would talk with his teeth closed.
Yes,
and out of the side of his mouth, so it was almost like a complete transformation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the tobacco that he had in his mouth, and then
because he would spit.
Like that. Yeah, which I thought was great. Like, honestly, like who could do that now? You know, that's a lot of training right there. Yeah, I thought that was really great. And I don't know, the wife was kind of annoying to me at the beginning. Yeah, she just wanted to get out of there. Like that was just not her place.
Yeah, and I think my big question is, how did these two characters even end up together? Because she's like, her skin is fair and her clothes are clean, and she's wearing these really nice dresses and hats for the 1920s, where you see the neighbor's wife, like when she's doing the dishes, she looks like she's wearing like something to go to sleep in, you know. It's not attractive, it's not like
even he says, oh, his plain white.
Oh yeah, that she just agrees to whatever he's saying. So like, how did these two characters even end up together? Like,
maybe they'll do a backstory movie on how
please.
I kind of like pieced together from, you know, what I saw, bits and pieces in the movie, the information that they give you, but I thought like, oh, her dad has this land here and he has this farm here, so maybe by chance like they met like that. And how she says, oh, they kind of got stuck together, so he knocked her up.
It seemed like it alluded to the fact that he like kind of got her pregnant like on accident, kind of how the son did.
Yeah, for the land. Yeah.
I don't know. I liked the movie though. I thought it had like a kind of vibe that felt like a Telltale Heart from Edgar Allan Poe. Like,
I love that story.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that
favorites.
about like how he killed her, and then the guilt just kind of ate away at him, and the mice or the rats kind of symbolized that guilt kind of too.
I'm sorry, that reminds me of it goes along with it, but when Lisa in The Simpsons makes the diorama, and it's the little, she makes like a beating heart, and she can hear it.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but like it just like eats you up, and if you don't, you could miss it, but if you were paying attention to just like the sounds in the background throughout the whole movie, you can hear like little like the rats like just even when he's like at the bar, when one kind of like walks by or runs by, I'm like, ooh, they're just like chasing him. They're like, or it's in his mind, you know. So I think it's a little bit of both, like in his mind, and like when it chips away at the wall towards the end, I'm like, he's seeing that, right?
Yeah.
He's not like, this isn't real. Like, he's seeing this, his guilt.
And he's also been drinking a lot, and that scene he took like a bunch of pills, like just like right before he like saw his wife, like.
Well, I think that was a fever, because his hand was getting infected, because they chop it up. So that, I took that as like, he has a fever and he starts hallucinating because of the fever. But
he sees her. Well, we're kind of killing the movie. Anyway,
it's too late for that.
You can give a little synopsis of the movie. No?
Wait, I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the beginning. Well, I don't know. I guess that's right away, right? When he kills the wife, so that's not too much. But
yeah, no, I think people are watching the movie and then listening.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put this on pause, go watch the movie on Netflix, and then come back so you can know what we're talking about.
Yeah, be a part of the discussion.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that when he's in for his son's funeral, her spirit shows up behind him again, and he clearly doesn't have a fever or anything there. He should be level-headed. So that's where I felt like it was more psychological horror, because you're like, well, maybe she really is haunting him, and he's not just crazy or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's psychological from the very beginning, because it starts off like, oh, I hate my wife, so the only way to get what I want is to kill her. I kind of have to get my son on board. So he manipulates him into helping him. And then it's like from the very beginning, he plants the seed. And then in the end, that's kind of like it comes full circle. And, his mind kind of eats him from the inside out.
And nothing, it's like everything kind of starts to slowly fall apart. He loses his son anyway, which was a big reason why he killed the wife, because she had threatened to take him away.
He was afraid that he was gonna not be able to like leave him anything, and he had no one to leave anything to.
And yeah, that was the main reason he wanted to build up this farm to leave, passed down, and in the end he had no one to give that to.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of like a statement on not acting on your impulses, like right away, maybe.
Yeah, because he realizes at the end, like, he was right. There was another way. Like,
and he ended up selling the land to the farm owners that he didn't want the land going to anyway. So
yeah, in the end, it wasn't. It was all for kind of nothing.
He ended up in the place that she wanted to be in, and he drank away the money.
Yeah.
Like, okay. No, I thought it was good. When you bring up a good point, when she's at his funeral, at Hank's funeral, that she's like in the back, and he like, I also think like, yeah, he doesn't have a fever, but he's like grieving, so like, I still think it's like a just I don't think she's haunting him as much as he's imagining this. And like it's the guilt, you know? Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's a ghost. No, I don't think she was a ghost.